Brunch, the perfect balance between breakfast and lunch.
Sparked the idea of opening the grill to brunch culture.
Whether it's a savory New Mexican plate served hot,
pork shoulder and red chili,
blue corn in the pancakes,
fancy breakfast sandwich,
sweet stacked pancakes and waffles,
buttermilk waffle with fresh figs, a light thing of honey, and a balsamic reduction on top of it.
We have the raspberries, we have the wild blueberries.
or one-of-a-kind plates and scenery you can't find anywhere else.
The gateway to all the 19 pueblos of New Mexico.
You're gonna want to grab a fork and knife.
Very good. The best New Mexican breakfast you can find. Yeah.
We're dining with you at some of the best bites as we celebrate New Mexico, Brunch with Byron. Hey all, Byron Morton here. It's no secret New Mexico is legendary for its food. All this year, I've been going plate by plate, celebrating New Mexico in Brunch with Byron. I've yet to hit up all brunching spots. Today, I check another one off my list, Frontier Restaurant. How can you brunch without Frontier? This nearly 24-hour restaurant has been serving up food in Albuquerque and especially the UNM area since 1971. It's got a sister restaurant, Golden Pride, that's been serving food since 1973. I mean, just check out this menu. So many things to choose from. We'll get to the great food in just a minute. But first, you may have noticed over 100 paintings across these walls, a lot of them of John Wayne, also known as the Duke. That's because the owners Larry and Dorothy Reinashek think he's a symbol of class and strength, which represents the Duke City. Right now, I have the privilege of meeting with one of the owners and a great friend of mine. This is Dorothy Reinashek of Frontier Restaurant and Golden Pride. Nice to see you, Dorothy. So nice to see you as always. And I've got to ask you, you guys have been in business since 1971, a very long time. And way back in the year 2000, you had 4,000 customers a day. I would think 22 years later, that has got to blossom.
Well, it was pre-COVID, but we're still working on getting back to where we were in 2019.
What do you think makes Frontier such a staple?
One, the food is out of this world. I think it's really great New Mexican food. Two, the prices. We have only raised our prices once since 2019.
And that's got to keep the customers coming back. But another thing I know keeps the customers like myself coming back, your Frontier roll.
Our sweet
What's the
roll.
secret about it?
Oh, it's magical, I guess.
Frontier, and really all brunch places are sometimes best enjoyed with family and friends. And I get the pleasure of having brunch with my best brunch buddies, Sasha and Stella. Great to see you both.
It's about time.
I know, running a little late, I apologize. All right, let's talk about our favorite brunch places. There's so many options. Sasha, what's your favorite?
I love brunch. I tend to go to Cafe 6855 in Los Ranchos or the Range Cafe, their kitchen sink omelet, my favorite.
So good.
I've not been to either of those places, but Central Grill, we go there. They have the best breakfast burritos if you've never been.
Awesome choices, and you both follow me on Instagram, so you already know my favorite place is in the heart of Nob Hill.
Pharmacy is where you go to get something to make you feel better.
But you won't find medicine and copays here. Owner Jacob Elliott has a different prescription for you.
Kind of rustic comfort food.
And it seems to be just what the doctor ordered.
Oh, it's very good.
It all started in 2016 when Elliott moved to New Mexico and had an idea.
Influenced by local produce and local food and sourcing from local farms.
He wanted to open a feel-good food place.
I kind of learned when I moved to New Mexico that you can basically cook anything and put green chili in it and you're good to go.
Yeah, it's so good.
The green chili cheddar biscuit at the pharmacy already looks amazing. Just check it out. You can see the green chili and the cheddar that's baked in there. But the key is there's a surprise inside. An egg is baked inside the biscuit. A must-try at the pharmacy. Elliott says go for the lumberjack.
I wanted to kind of incorporate two sides on top of the meal to just make it sort of over the top.
It's that green chili cheddar biscuit with bacon and an egg on top. Oh, and don't forget the gravy.
A country gravy, a white gravy, and we put veggie sausage in there.
So without the bacon, it would be vegetarian.
I'm getting the not McMuffin.
So if you've got a cold, call your doctor. But if you just want to feel better,
The waffle is as light as a light biscuit, so this place is fabulous.
the pharmacy may be just the place for you.
This is good if you're hungry, and this is good if you don't want to eat the rest of the day.
If you want to give the pharmacy a try, check them out on the weekends. They open at 8 a.m. and you'll find them in the heart of Nob Hill on the corner of Solano and Central. Now, Stella and Sasha, I mean, there are so many awesome brunch places, and I know you guys have more that you want to talk about that are a must try in the Duke City.
Yeah, there's a place with the nickname Albuquerque's Little Italy that a lot of people know. It's called Cafe Lush. After years of working for someone else, Tom Daugherty and Sandy Gregory took over this decades-old building. Cafe Lush quickly became a close-knit establishment with a stellar menu.
Wanted a small cafe where people could come and just kind of hang out in the neighborhood.
Our customers are so loyal that we can depend on them as much as we do our employees.
Their French toast is award-winning. It's cinnamon raisin bread, vanilla filled with apples and coconut milk, topped off with a Kahlua syrup and their famous Lush dust.
And you can also trade that skillet for a waffle iron. And what comes out of that iron? Anything you can think of.
What can we waffle is always the question.
And they can waffle just about anything you can imagine.
Buttermilk waffle with fresh figs, a light thing of honey, and a balsamic reduction on top of it.
With the mascarpone cheese.
And then with mascarpone cheese on there.
La Waffleria in Nob Hill came to be thanks to an idea to change up one of New Mexico's favorite foods.
It came from my first restaurant, Tia Betty's. We have a limited waffle menu there, and we serve huevos rancheros there. And so one day we substituted the blue corn waffle for the blue corn tortilla, and people loved it.
They named it the Rancheros Waffle.
Got the blue corn gluten-free waffle on bottom, and then 2 eggs any style on top of that, smothered in green and red chili with perfectly melted cheese on top of all of that. And the bonus with this is that you can use that blue corn waffle to sop up all that goodness on top.
It's nice and spicy, but not too spicy, and really good flavors.
But if you've got a sweet tooth, you're in luck too, because you get to create a waffle that's just what you want.
A person can come in and choose their own batter, choose their own side dishes, their own toppings, their own sauces.
So if you're looking for sweet, savory, and
lots of bang for your buck,
you may want to just make your way over to La Waffleria.
I think everything it's gourmet.
Okay, friends, waffles, French toast, or pancakes? I gotta go with waffles because it can be savory or sweet.
Do we have to pick? Because I like waffles and pancakes depending on the day.
Yeah, and there's so many to choose from, but I will take all of it, honestly, because it is all so delicious.
When you hear the shop, you may think of a store, but here the shop is a spot with food its chef calls Mexicanish and New Mexicanish. The shop breakfast and lunch has been serving up Chef Israel Rivera's delicious dishes for 7 years on Monte Vista near Girard, combining authentic Southern cuisine with Mexican flair.
Staying international, a lesser-known spot in the Northeast Heights might make you think you're in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, Meraki brings Greece to the Duke City, inspired by a trip by the owner, Nicole Kapnissen.
Her father, owning dozens of restaurants, set a high bar, but she was up to the challenge. Try quality with the bougie breakfast sandwich. That's homemade bread hugged with prosciutto, a fried egg, avocado, arugula, topped with her famous lemon basil aioli and Meraki hot sauce. It's really amazing to see so many New Mexicans put their heritage and history into the kitchen.
Yeah, and that's something you'll find at 2 locations under the same name. Cinnamon Sugar and Spice Cafe was inspired by Canela Crownis's Greek heritage. You'll find menu items handed down by generations through little cards and meals made by a big Greek family.
My yaya, which is grandmother in Greek, she, when my parents had a restaurant, she made the bread and she made the cinnamon rolls as well. And so it was just one of those things. I inherited all of her recipe cards.
When you're not shoveling in sinfully delicious French toast, try burning off your meal on the swings at their locations.
From Greece to south of the equator, it's clear brunch can be whatever you want it to be.
This is kind of like a potpourri plate. We call it like a breakfast the Argentine way.
At Cafecito in Santa Fe.
Similar somehow to a burger, but instead of having a patty burger, has beef strips.
You might feel like you've taken a food flight.
There are just so many options here at Cafecito, a really wide range of food styles.
Amazing. The bread of the empanada is so wonderfully made.
These succulent South American food concepts are the brainchild of this successful software developer turned restaurateur.
I was born and raised in Argentina. I'm from Armenian descent.
Andres Peglayan initially wanted to open a small coffee shop as a kind of side hustle.
And then we contact family members that are very successful in the restaurant business in Buenos Aires, and they advised us to run a full-blown restaurant.
Peglayan took that advice and opened Cafecito.
So we decided to just do the food that we grew up with. You know, like those very, very typical Argentine staple foods, and some of the Middle Eastern foods that I also grew up eating.
What I love about this most popular dish, it's a fusion of traditional Argentinian with the empanada, as well as American with the eggs, potato, and bacon inside, and even a little New Mexico flair with the green chili sauce. A great combination. You've got to try.
Whatever you do, never do anything that is not true to you.
Stay true to your taste buds.
Got the potatoes, I got eggs, avocado, and then toast, and I think they're homemade jam.
Take them on a virtual vacation south of the border, way south. The owner got guidance from his brother-in-law, Chef Donato DeSantis, who was actually playing a role in the Argentine version of MasterChef.
That's pretty cool. And yeah, Cafecito is just a short walk from the rail runner stop off of Cerrillos.
And hey, don't go anywhere.
Sometimes to look forward on the menu, you've got to look to the past. The restaurant's taken a page out of history, and
I'm a Belgian waffle fan. Look at that presentation.
We've all got our favorites. Our KOAT team does too. They lay it all out on the table. And we say brunch a lot, but it's not as new of a term as you may think. The meaning behind the word all next.
I like to have brunch either at San Marcos Feed Store on Highway 14 or Cafe Fina on near El Dorado.
There's so many good places. The Ginger, we got Basil Leaf. They also have some nice mimosas there.
Now, Stella, we say the word a lot in general and at KOAT, brunch. It's not some new age phrase. It's actually been around for over 100 years. The actual origin is debated, but multiple sites say the word brunch was first used in Hunter's Weekly by English writer Guy Beringer. He felt sluggish after large post-church meals and late Saturday nights and suggested something helping the two. The article was called Brunch, a Plea. He said brunch is cheerful, puts you in a good mood, and, quote, sweeps away the worries and cobwebs of the week. It's also sometimes credited to Frank Ward O'Malley of The Sun in 1906, who gave a name to the eating habits of a newspaper reporter. It became especially popular in the 1930s when actors would go from New York to California by train.
Guys, look what I have.
Here it is. Yes, looks so good. Yum. Look at that. Thank you, Sasha. Now we can dive into this awesome frontier food. What do you want to start with?
I'm gonna go with the omelet.
Burrito time.
Of course, we had to get the sweet rolls, so.
And that's my first, so yes, I'm gonna start with the sweet roll. It all looks amazing. All right, let's go for it. You guys can go ahead and start eating, but before I dig in, I wanna take a walk to Chimayo to Mrs. Jaramillo, or Mrs. J as she's known, who's been serving up dishes in northern New Mexico for nearly 60 years. Every once in a while, you meet someone with a kindness that just warms your soul.
Florence Jaramillo, Florence Jaramillo.
Sitting down to talk with Mrs. Jaramillo at her restaurant, Rancho de Chimayo, I had no idea what to expect.
Mrs. J.
But by the moment the joyful Mrs. J started talking, I knew I was in for a fascinating ride, looking back at how her iconic restaurant came to be. It all began when Mrs. J visited Chimayo way back in the early 1960s, and her friends didn't want her to leave.
Come back, we need some place to eat.
That was enough encouragement. Mrs. J and her husband moved to Chimayo to try their hand at opening a restaurant in this tiny northern New Mexico community. But it wasn't easy.
The first 5 years were really rough, but we said we're going to do this.
That determination led them to a grand opening of Rancho de Chimayo in 1965.
We just looked at it, I guess we did it.
And ever since, Mrs. J and her family have been serving up northern New Mexico's favorite spicy dishes. Mrs. J says you must try the carne adobada. It's a favorite. It's 3 hours of slow roasted pork in their famous red chili sauce alongside the pozole and Spanish rice, their homemade sopapillas with some local honey, and for dessert, you must go for the famous natillas.
You're coming into our home for dinner. You're our guest, and we want you to feel comfortable, be at home, and enjoy yourself.
51 years after opening their doors, Mrs. J received a phone call that changed her life.
I thought, okay, who's playing this joke on me, you know? I says, I'm sorry, I'm busy, and I hung up.
In 2016, Rancho de Chimayo won the prestigious James Beard Award.
They pick 5 restaurants a year. You have to be in business at least 10 years. And you have to be involved in the economics of where you live.
And who better to win than this hardworking woman who's provided so many opportunities in her community, along with her incredible food.
I was just floored. I couldn't even think about it. You know what I mean? I says, oh my God.
Now, at 91 years young, the vibrant Mrs. J is still going strong.
I didn't go to college. My college was working with all these people and in the industry. Industry people are very good to share with me. We're like family.
Rancho de Chimayo is about a half-mile north of El Santuario de Chimayo. There are so many restaurants we have yet to see, and some go way back in time. El Farol in Santa Fe is the oldest, serving tapas all the way back since 1835 with flamenco on the side. High Noon in Albuquerque operates in a haunted building built back in 1785 that once contained a gambling parlor. It has New Mexican food with a twist, like brie empanadas and world-famous beef bites. Church Street Cafe is right next door and was constructed back in the 1700s as a private home. Some of the walls are 2 feet thick. La Posta Mesilla dates back to the 1840s in Mesilla. It invented one of its most popular menu items, tostada compuesta. That's red chili con carne with beans inside a tortilla cup. Hillsboro General Store Cafe in Hillsboro is said to be dining with history. It's been in business for 130 years and has also been a stagecoach shop, soda fountain, and telegraph office. Doc Martens in Taos is connected to the historic Taos Inn and has award-winning chefs and is loved for its blueberry pancakes.
Now, speaking of history, you can get a great taste of traditions at the Indian Pueblo Kitchen inside the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center.
Far and away, this is excellent.
At the Indian Pueblo Kitchen,
just eating in this room is wonderful.
You'll get a Native American culinary experience.
The red chili pozole
that takes your taste buds on a tantalizing tour.
A menu that is truly inspired from our ancestral background.
Indian Pueblo Cultural Center Director of Guest and Entrepreneur Experience, Michael Lucero, says this is a great place to start exploring Native American traditions.
We are sort of the gateway to all the 19 pueblos of New Mexico.
You'll find a full range of flavors that over time fade and flourish.
We change with seasons, the solstices and equinox and stuff like that. Our menu changes as well.
And when you do come to the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, you've got to try the Tiwa Taco. It is amazing. It starts off with their awesome fry bread on the bottom, and then you've got chili on top of that, red or green or Christmas if you like, and then you've got their famous Native American beans along with meat if you like, topped off with lettuce, tomato, and onions, and oh, it smells so good. You got to give this one a try.
It really feels connected, to our culture and our traditions.
Submerge yourself in sensations of unique flavors and fun traditions.
I really like the Three Sisters too, the squash and the beans and the corn really rounds out the meal.
This is an award-winning location. It's been recognized by a number of publications from The Lonely Planet, Forbes, and New York Times.
Yeah, and Fedoras.com says it's the 6th best native and indigenous place to enjoy food throughout the U.S.
All right, you ready for some comic relief?
I guess so.
Have you heard this one? What do iPhones eat for brunch?
What?
Cereal. I knew you're laughing. These are just some of the really cool jokes you're going to hear with some delicious dishes as well. Since 2015, George Griego offers a hilariously yummy experience at Central Grill. He says after decades of restaurant work, he wanted to truly warm hearts and plates.
When our guests come to visit us, I want them to understand that they are truly guests in our restaurant. They're almost like family. You know why cannibals don't like clowns? Because they say they taste funny.
Find Central Grill, you guessed it, off Central near Old Town. Look for the big sign on the south side of the street and head inside for famous sticky buns topped with caramel, pecans, cream cheese, and salt. Brunch runs in the family for the Gonzalez family. 43 years ago, Michael and his brother saw a vacant building owned by their dad and saw potential. Just college students, they went forward. And that's how the Bareilles Coffee House came to be. For decades now, it's been serving up dishes combining history with grandma's cooking.
We have one cook that's been with us since she was 20 years old. Now she's 55.
In New Mexico, any family cooking with chili is going to be a win. The deluxe huevos were the victor for me with beans, hash browns, chili, eggs, and cheese topped with the tortilla. You can find that off of 4th in the Morelos neighborhood.
Sometimes it's really nice trading that anchor desk for a breakfast table just like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've told you all of our favorites, but there's so much more to love. Our KOAT team has theirs.
Time magazine just ranked Santa Fe as one of the greatest places in the entire world. They talked about the history, the arts, the culture, the museums. But come on now, don't forget about that world-class food. So the name of this French restaurant is Clafoutis, and the name of this beautiful dessert right here is a Clafoutis. I think I better eat this one.
My favorite place is in Los Ranchos, and I hope I can do this right because I don't do selfies. Don't know if it's backwards, but it's Dave's Valley Grill. The food here is fantastic. They even have a lounge now.
By far, it is the shop here. I've been eating here for years, breakfast, lunch, it's all delicious. You need to try it. I've talked about their hamburger for years. It's so good. But honestly, breakfast burritos, pancakes, waffles, salads, all of it is excellent.
This is Amerikai on Eubank, and they have amazing food, coffee, and drinks. And also the inside's really cute, but I'm having my favorite drink today. This is the lavender latte, which is delicious. And also their seasonal toast, which has some yummy fruit on it. Typically, I like to come here with my dog Derek. They have a lot of outdoor seating options, so it's always a fun time for us.
When it comes to brunch, I like Sunny Side Up Breakfast and Lunch Cafe on Manal. In particular, I'm a Belgian waffle fan. Look at that presentation. Waffle, sometimes you can dress it up with toppings, a little butter, a little powdered sugar, eggs, bacon. It's a great presentation and a great meal.
One of my favorite places to have brunch in New Mexico is here at Acre. There are 2 locations actually in Albuquerque. This one's at Montgomery in Wyoming, and there's another newer one downtown. But the food is fresh and awesome.
No matter where you go in New Mexico, you can always find a piece of home. Coming up, the brunch spot's so adored, they needed more space.
My favorite place now is actually called Don Choche. My favorite thing is the huevos rancheros with carne adobada. Obviously Christmas, and they have both good chilies, so it's definitely my favorite place to go.
Yeah, I love going down to the Sawmill Business, Slate Street Cafe. They're rather delicious, and they make wonderful mimosas.
My favorite place now is actually called Don Choche. My favorite thing is the huevos rancheros with carne adobada. Obviously Christmas, and they have both good chilies, so it's definitely my favorite place to go.
Greenside, up in Cedar Crest, because in the mountains it's really nice with the view, the weather's really nice, and they have mimosas.
I remember being young and traveling to Mexico and eating off of the food buses, and the tortas at El Paisa are like the closest thing I can get to that flavor and texture.
Welcome back, Sasha and Stella. All right, what do you get when you have an Ivy League fashionista and a restaurateur?
What?
A brainy brunch at Modern General.
Oh, I've heard really good things about that place.
I always get the breakfast rice bowl from there. So good.
It's awesome. You got to check it out.
It's got fruit in the middle, and it's like this pillowy, chewy dough on the outside.
Erin Wade's charisma is infectious.
I was living in Milan studying fashion design. I graduated from Harvard, which is totally useless in the restaurant business.
It's like meeting that person you could talk to for hours. So it comes as no surprise, someone with this much flair decided to dive into developing delectable dishes. Like these green chili cilantro corn cakes.
But the batter actually has green chili, jack cheese, scallions.
Her restaurant is Modern General, and in coming up with the name, Wade hoped it would represent a place that brings people together.
Kind of a store and a restaurant hybrid that kind of appealed to modern needs in the same way, though, that, a traditional general store fed its community.
With sustainability at the forefront.
We compost all of our juice pulp, we have all compostable takeout stuff, which we compost when it's left here. We compost all of our food waste, and it goes back into the soil.
Now, let's get back to the phenomenal food. Who doesn't like fried rice? Modern General's morning fried rice is a twist on the traditional.
It's got spinach, mushrooms, scallions, cilantro, and then a really spicy sauce with sriracha and fish sauce in it.
with an egg on top, of course. And if you want a really quick and healthy breakfast pick-me-up, try their kale, spinach, and pineapple smoothie. 6 to 8 servings of vegetables. Tastes so good. So if you're looking for a fun place to hang out,
it's very homey, very Hamish, if you know that word, which means welcoming and kind of Yiddish. And the food was great.
And charismatic cuisine, you've got to check out Modern General.
It's about these four walls and what happens when people come together in a beautiful space. Like something happens, you can feel it.
Wade also owns her own farm where she grows the produce for her restaurants. She has 2 Modern General locations. The one in Santa Fe is south of Paseo del Peralta off of Cerrillos Road. The Modern General in Albuquerque is just south of Old Town along Central. Some locations are so popular they have to share the love. The Range is one of those hubs. The Range Cafe has 6 locations in New Mexico, 4 right here in Albuquerque, 1 in Bernalillo and another in Los Lunas. Owner Matt DeGregory says it all started when he found out his favorite restaurant in Bernalillo was moving.
There was a sign on the door that said, Abuelita's Restaurant for Rent, see Frank inside. And I literally took the sign and I ripped it off the door and I walked up to Frank and said, tell me about it. He said, $500 a month. I said, I'll take it.
For almost 3 decades, the Range Cafe has been serving up breakfast and brunch. Staying in Albuquerque for 15 years and counting, the Grove Cafe and Market. Andrew LeBou says his sister and brother-in-law's idea for the Grove Cafe and Market began during a nice long trip to Italy. And just like in Italy, the owners love to support local growers.
We support, upwards of 10 to 15 local farmers during the summertime and springtime season.
Where can you find the Grove? 600 Central Avenue, Suite A.
I am so full.
So good.
All right, we're off, Byron. We'll see you later.
All right, have a good day. Like you heard from us, there's so many great food options in New Mexico. It's likely we've missed some, so we'd like to hear from you. Just reach out to me on social media. No matter what you call it, Colonzo, Dijonais, buffet, dim sum, across languages and all across our state. Brunch is the perfect blend of breakfast and lunch. We'll keep digging with Celebrate New Mexico Brunch with Byron. Let's eat together again soon.